What's up, world? It's your boy AJ, the Backward Traveler. Today, I'm going to do a video just talking about guys going over to Colombia getting robbed and murdered. Like, this is kind of tragic. It looks bad on Colombia, and if these things keep happening, Colombia is going to be, their travel is going to be in jeopardy when you start having people getting robbed and killed. Especially the way it's been happening. Like, the last two guys reported were both Asian. One guy was from California, the other guy was from Minnesota. I think the guy from California, the girl gave him one of those, I guess the drug they give him, and it kind of put him to sleep. I think it killed him. And then the other Asian guy, he's from Minnesota. I think they tried to call the family for ransom money or something, and they ended up finding his body dead. And it's pretty tragic because Colombia is going to be on the list of places not to be traveled if they keep having these problems. Now, I noticed that, I don't know why it's Asian guys. It's kind of crazy. Two Asian guys, losing their lives inside of Colombia. It's kind of crazy to me because it seems suspicious that you hear about two Asian guys getting murdered there, but back to back though. The first guy was from California, this guy's from Minnesota. And but what I have noticed that I think when you go to a country like Colombia, it's a lot more, when you're Asian, I think it's a little harder to blend in because there's not too many Asians. The thing about it, nobody should have to lose their lives going on vacation, especially when they're patronizing the people. But I would tell you some things that I saw with some Americans when I've gone places, especially in South Central America, like a country like, I haven't been to Brazil, but I have been to Colombia several times. What I have seen is, if you're out, most guys, when I've seen brothers out there, usually they usually travel in groups and they're kind of together. Now, usually I'm a solo traveler. Like last year, I traveled to Panama by myself for 30 days. It was amazing. Panama is a lot more safer than Colombia. And also they use the American dollar. There's a lot of foreign exchange in Panama. And so you have a lot of Americans and Europeans and other people that travel to Panama. And Panama have a lot of police officers that are dispersed in the streets. So you don't really hear about that happening there because you have the Panama Canal. You have a lot of people who've come to the country and purchase land or purchase condos and houses. So they protect a lot of people that come there. So their presence of police are different. I mean, when you're dealing with Colombia, from my experiences, I've been to Colombia twice. I never had no problems in most any places. The one thing I would say, if you are a person traveling, one thing you should always do when you go to Colombia, if you don't, hopefully you can speak the language. If you can't, learn some of the language. But the main thing about Colombia or any other country when you travel abroad, especially to a third world country, just watch where you go. Like, I know when I first went to Colombia, the first time I was there, I went by myself, and I remember I was going out. I wanted to go out one night, and I said I want to go to a nightclub, and the guy took me to a strip club, which I don't do strip clubs in the States. I don't do strip clubs especially out of the country. I don't do them, and because it brings a certain kind of energy and certain kind of people hang at the strip clubs. So when the guy dropped me off at the club, I walk in there, and it's typical strip club. You walk in, the women, hey, how you doing? They're touching on you, rubbing on you. I don't like that feeling of the strip club. I think the spirit's dark in there. It's a very dark, kind of dark spirits inside of any strip club I've been to. I don't like the energy in them. And when you're dealing with strippers and prostitutes, that they don't discriminate by the way a man look or the way a man smell or his hygiene. It's about the money. So they'll, lap dance anybody, a prostitute will sleep with anybody, no matter if their hygiene's bad, if they're, no matter how they look, how they smell, they'll, mess with them for money. To me, I like regular women, so that's never been my thing. But what I have seen some guys do, sometimes I see videos online where you see, cats from the U.S. or other places, they're hanging out in these spots where they're going to these, spots like in Cartagena, for instance, some parts of Medellin where they go to where the prostitutes are. I saw the same thing when I was in Medellin, but I mean, just be aware of your surroundings when you go places. Like, and I think a lot of times guys put their guards down. Like, and we have the U.S. is one of the most violent countries in the world. Like 2 people getting killed in Medellin, Asian or not, that's compared to the U.S. that's small. Like we get people die here every night. Murders, we have the highest murder rate in our country, over I think it's 10,000 murders a year from gun violence. It's alone. And we have a high percentage of robberies and all that. So we are the leading country in most violent crimes and robbery and home invasions and all that. So hearing about somebody getting robbed, it's unfortunate in South America, but the percentages there compared to where we live is a lot more higher. We have a lot more higher percentage of that. And I think sometimes people don't respect it when they get out there. They're thinking, oh, it's just it's a fun place. You got to respect anybody's gangster. Whenever you go to another country, especially a third world country, you never let your guards down. You don't let your guards down nowhere. I don't care if you're even in a more safest place. Always, just keep yourself alert. But I think a lot of times, man, people put their guards down when they go to Colombia, Brazil, places like that, where they're known for robbing you, or setting you up or drugging you. That's where they're known. That's where the reputations of those 2 countries that I know of. Only been to Colombia. Now, I have been to Mexico. I have been to Costa Rica, and I've been to Panama. And that's the only 4 places I've been to in South and Central America, which to me, Colombia is probably the most challenging one because, you have a lot of tourists there, but, you got parqueaderos where they have all the nightclubs and stuff. You got the sex clubs, you got, strip clubs. I don't really like none of those. If you're there, a lot of times if you really want to be safe, it's better to stay out to stay in the lit area, stay in the area where people are, but always, be alert that when you hang out at nighttime, cats be getting drunk and smashed out. Don't go to a country and get smashed out, and get sloppy drunk. Like, make sure you're on top of your P's and Q's. Like, you're out of the country. I mean, some guys are doing things they wouldn't even do in the States. They'll go to these places and get straight loose. Like, I won't go to Compton and hang out at night. I won't go to San Francisco hang out at night, like in the Tenderloins or like, any parts over there, Fillmore. I wouldn't be caught in those areas at nighttime. I wouldn't be in East Oakland at nighttime like I used to back in the days when I lived there. Most of your metropolitan cities, I wouldn't even be at nighttime. I wouldn't be out there going to strip clubs and all that stuff. And some guys do. They'll go to Miami, they'll go to New York, New Jersey, they'll go to Atlanta, where they jack, and they know it's jack there, but they'll go there and, get loose and be flashing money. And you go to a strip club and throwing money on bras, and then, especially if you're overseas, you go there throwing hundreds on bras and you doing that, they're gonna watch you, man, because they're hungry over there. You gotta realize they don't have the opportunities we have over here. So when you in a place like Colombia, those will come with that environment. That comes with that environment, man. People are starving. They watching you. Never think that you invincible or it won't happen to you, because you in a third world country, these are the things that can happen because people are there, they live there. Some of them, watch foreigners because they know sometimes foreigners are slipping. Sometimes foreigners ain't thinking. Sometimes you be goofy out there, like walking around with money on you and flashing money, and you out there in the strip club. You go to an overseas strip club and you throwing money on chicks. You think they ain't gonna watch you? Man, they gonna watch you. I ain't gonna lie, man. I just, out of all the South America where I've been so far, Panama is the place I trust the most because of just of the presence and what them having our currency and having, our presence there, and how the law is present, around the country. And same as Costa Rica. Those 2 places were like a lot more, safer to be at. People weren't really bothering you. I walk the streets at any time of night in Costa Rica, never had no problems. Same as Panama. Colombia, I was in the Poblado. I would walk sometimes. Sometimes I used to walk home, But I never had no problems over there, man, and I support the local people. I support the local dancers on the street, the local shopping malls, the local restaurants, the local, anything local, the local gyms, the ladies selling juice on the street. I would support them. But I never was out there slipping like, I mean, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it's a chance you take when you do go to these countries, you know. Everybody's not gonna be honest with you. I mean, it's just what it is, man. It's like, just be on your P's and Q's, man. Keep your eyes open. You know, rest in peace to the 2 Asian guys that lost their lives over there. It's kind of tragic, but I know with Asians, they're going to be a lot more cautious going to Colombia, the Medellin, Colombia, seeing that 2 Asian guys lost their lives back to back. I don't know what it is about Asians, you know, getting killed there. It seems like it's targeted towards them, because how ironic when you go to a country and you see a lot of blacks, a lot of Latinos, a lot of white guys, but you see 2 Asian guys lose their lives back to back in Medellin, Colombia. I don't know if that's a hate thing, but it's just kind of fishy how it happened. But yeah, man, just make sure you on top of your game when you go to these places. Like when you travel to these places, I mean, certain things you don't want to do. Don't carry a lot of money on you. If you're gonna do anything, you know, take the money you're gonna, you know, spend when you get out there, or just use credit cards, man. Like, do that. You got a better chance of, you know, not having any problems. You start taking out money and people see you got a lot of money on you, you know, and you're in a place where everybody don't have economic strength. You know, a lot of people ain't got currency in their pockets. You know, it could be a bad thing for you. Anytime you travel abroad, man, always be sharp. Don't ever let your guards down. Like I said, with U.S. being the most violent, the most dangerous place on the earth to me, don't underestimate these South American countries, bro. Don't think these people are soft. Don't think it's, oh man, I'm from here, I'm from there. Yeah, that's why you need to have your eyes on the, you know, looking forward. That's why you got to be sharp, because yeah, even though you're from America, we're from a place where people get murdered every day. You know, we're from a violent country. End of the day, man, don't underestimate these small countries either, man, because they starving. When a man's starving and he see you eating, and he gonna want to eat too. Don't be a wounded shark in the water with a bunch of whales, man, because you might get eaten up. So keep your eyes on the prize. If you guys like my video, please leave a comment, like, share, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. It's your boy AJ, the Black World Traveler. I am out.